His last moments before falling unconscious, Mr. Wright scratched down the Gemini constellation. Logo of Gemini Theater. He did this while in a very cramped box. And sole proprietor? Patrick Castor. Patrick Castor. I indict you for the attempted murder of Phoenix Wright. Order. I will have order. To justice, this means that Mr. Wright was attacked while upside down. Yes, Your Honor. I can only think of one reason he'd scratched the Gemini constellation. Tell us that Patrick Castor was trying to kill him. Big trick, Thunder will be defeated that easily. Alright. I don't know, this best... Okay, I'll give you that. It's something that was carved in the box. Only could have been carved in the box while he was upside down. The reason he didn't have to do it is if he was being attacked. Alright. Just prove that Mr. Wright was attacked while upside down in the box. He was indeed right such a message if he was being attacked right then. Okay. Use the fire extinguisher, the presence of carbon dioxide. Alright. Oh, sad, Apollo. Are you truly that desperate to defame and slander him? God.
Objection!
Your Honor, surely you can see that Patrick Castor is the culprit. It's obvious. I think not. To you, your evidence shall. Oh my God. He's like committed the crime based on what again? A scratch that might be the constellation my theater is named after. As well as the used fire extinguisher, carbon dioxide, stained pricked curtains. Pricked curtains, which magically sprayed carbon monoxide through. But we'll not touch that one. Seems to be plentiful evidence to support Mr. Justice's theory. Tell me, who else might have had access to those things? Oh, that's right. Oh, should I say, right. Yeah. She was a choker at the time. Never had the opportunity to do any of those things. I'm just want this to be over. Whatever you say, Apollo. All I know is that there was a photograph of Trucy redrawn on the chalk lines to commit murder. That's all that matters. We're going to object and say you set that up. Alright, there's your carbon dioxide constellation. There are no evidence that proves Trick Thunder did anything he's accused of. Save for crazy conspiracies and meaningless scuff marks. Your Honor, we know exactly how Castor could have framed Trucy. Could, set everything up. The heat to make Jane remove her choker, the darkness to make her mess of the chalk lines, and we still don't have anything to reference that as a plot point. It's just a thing that Theta came up with out of the blue, which we have nothing to back up. Alright. That would have been a real great plot point to see throughout more discussion if you could have done that. And he's the only one who had the chance to use the fire extinguisher to suffocate Mr. Wright. But yet the only evidence you have against me is a few marks at the bottom of the box. Where is it? Where's the proof I have done these things? Here's hidden chicken. It doesn't exist. Here we go again and that's it. Justice comes at last. Once again, the trial is over.
Objection!
Okay. Why? I have one last nail to strike in the defense's coffin. One last aspect of my perfect case. No, what is she doing? You can't get away like this. Why the fuck did you think she objected? You stupid idiot! I'm coming, can't let me get away. Please! Why do you think she objected instead of letting the trial end? You fool! God! Miss Von Karma, what are you doing? I'm going to end this case, Your Honor. Because there's one final piece of evidence. There is? Okay. One final piece of evidence? Wait, you've lost us, Miss Von Karma. How many final pieces of evidence are there? I should have expected no less. I am talking about the locket. Okay. It was found gripped in the victim's hand. You care to tell the defense what that means, Mr. Castor? You knew what team you were on from the start, Francie. The locket was found gripped in the victim's hand. That indicates Trucy Bride, of course. He's Right. Thought hadn't even occurred to me. What? Oh, yes. He changed all of his clothes and kept the locket with him. Naturally, because he was planning on framing his daughter for his attempted murder, of course. Why the fuck not? I'm so tired of this. Let's want to talk about final messages. Here's one for you. Victor held a locket in his hand with a picture of his assailant. It's the only thing he fucking had on him of his personal effects. But he was dying. This is fucking counter-arguable. And she's setting it up for us to counter-argue. She's pointing out this plot point for us. It's all up to you now, Apollo Justice. Yes, thank you for stating the obvious. What? Well, I'm waiting. Has it not been your intention all along to end my perfect case? What's she playing at? You haven't realized yet? How many times has she objected when the case was as good as done? What sort of Snyder's nonsense is this? Whose side are you on, Francie? That picture is the final piece of evidence that proves Trucy Wright is the culprit. Victim's final message. Or he was just clutching it because he was fucking dying with his fucking daughter. Oh my god. So mad. Does seem to implicate Trucy, but why wait until now to bring it up? You could have mentioned the locket at any point during the trial. But she didn't. Why wait to reveal her final hand right now? Did we not bring the locket up first? But did she not just restate a fact? Did she not just restate a fact? She... What the fuck? This did our court records from earlier before now, where it mentioned it was found closed in his hand. She's just bringing up a fact that we already knew. She's just bringing up a fact that we already knew. Why is this loop so short? I'm so fucking salty. I'm afraid I'm terribly lost. This one comment seems to be that you have all but won this case. It's up to Apollo Justice to turn things around. If he fail to do so, then what sort of prosecuting attorney are you, anyways? Time for a verdict, Your Honor. Not time for whatever the hell this is supposed to be. God. It's like she's figured something out, but expects you to say it. Yeah, what gives? Think, Apollo. Think. Apollo? Eh? What is it? Maybe she's figured it out, but can't tell us. Can't tell us? Ah. What? No. Hi, Apollo. Zoom in. Karma. You can't reveal the truth. System of yin and yang, prosecution and defense. Bound by law to fight for one side or the other. But knows that system. You abandoned the pretense of trying to convict Trucy. This whole trial might be thrown out after an appeal. That's a hell of a thing to throw out of the blue. So this is what you had to do. All you can do is set him up and leave the defending to me. Maybe that's the way we have to do justice. Now, at least. If I'm right, then I have all I need. This is the perfect thing, because this is what fucking Edgeworth and Wright did back in the day. When they got to stand in court across from each other. All they need to save Trucy's life is right up there in front of me. The only thing that's left to do is to reveal the final truth of this case. Justice? It's over, cat. Yeah, bluff away, chicken. You're like the pathetic little worm you are. Why are you watching to this? It's, oh my god, I'm here. Oh god, can we just finally get to the fucking point? Fucking hell. Order the court. And, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. Leave it come at the end. Fuck god, we've come to the end 5 fucking times now. Not any more twists, turns, or big reveals. Have you proved that Patrick Castor is the culprit now? I have no choice to declare Trucy Wright guilty. I understand, Your Honor. Victory. No taste has ever been or will be as sweet. I'm untouchable, Apollo. Big Thunder is the master of trust. God. Your arrogance will be your downfall, Castor. With just a few moments ago, you gave me all I need. Better lose, Apollo. 'Cause you can't beat me. You will never beat me. Oh, you aren't going to get away with this gun. Because justice? Justice is on my side. Oh, clever. Time to end this. Once and for all. With one final piece of evidence, I can prove you are the true culprit. I'm so mad I don't actually want to get the good ending. It's my attorney's badge. I don't have anything, do I? And so justice is served. Justice is on your side? What a joke. Paul Justice, you fool. God, I can definitively prove it was... Are you the defense in this case, Francie? Because you're sure acting like it. But... Of course, a mistrial because the prosecution has had a vendetta against an innocent witness. That would truly be unfortunate, don't you think? I don't know what to say. Your Honor, surely... Alright. The system is what it is. Litigate this entire matter would only harm Miss Wright's chances, I'm afraid. Second trial like the endgame matter of minutes with most new evidence being stricken. And who knows how harsh the higher court may be in sentence, so... Alright. Allow mistrial to occur. But Your Honor, please! Please beg some more. Be fruitless in the end. I win. There's nothing you can do about it. Apollo tried to defend the Gremiers, and he failed. You sick bastard. I will nail you for something, you fiendish fool. Miss Von Karma, please. We had enough of risk of a mistrial as it stands already. This trial is over. No. Is it right? Is it right? Oh, you poor thing. Speak to me of it isn't right when you're dumped in a ditch by someone you love. Left behind, cold, hopeless, abandoned. Left behind to rot. Till then. Shut the hell up. Nighty night, Gremier. Forever. Apollo. Please. I'm so scared. Apollo, I didn't do it. Apollo, I'm so scared. Please. Sorry, Druzy. What's no reason to further prolong this trial? What's it independent? Clear. I'm sorry, defense. This court finds defendant is Druzy right. Guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately. Be held in trial. It's adjourned. Face meet desk. Tried everything. He lost in the end. Retrospect, it was inevitable. Castor knew how to play the system. There was no decisive evidence. How could there have been? That day, I failed to save Druzy Wright's life. Learned something valuable that day. There is no justice in this world. In a world without justice, there's no room for Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Found out Mr. Wright was dead on the day Druzy was sentenced. That was the day I left law for good. Never did find out my definition of justice. Is justice? Well, just isn't. Justice doesn't exist. The end. And that's it. That's the canonical ending of this case. Just kidding. Okay. You planned everything, Castor. You knew the theater inside and out. You knew exactly how to get away with it. Years and years, you thought about how you would finally take your revenge. And then, as if by an act of fate itself, Druzy came to you for her Gremier revival. But you knew there would be no revival. Far from it. I'm sure this is the moment you dreamed of. Coming to court, and humiliate Thalassa while she looked on, powerless. You planned it so you could stand here laughing, because no matter how guilty you seemed, a broken system would protect you in the end. There's one thing you couldn't plan on. This is another plot point. that we could have put more time into setting up. This is another plot point we could have put more time into, too. Your own arrogance. And that's how this trial ends. That's how I serve justice. Alright, can we just go with it? Thank you. You're right, Castor. Eh? What's this now? Finally ready to admit defeat. Trussy's picture inside the locket. It does seem damning. Ah, even you admit. Okay. It's you who's doomed, Castor. So I'm gonna end. Alright. I'm gonna end this right here and now. Alright. What the hell? Is this some kind of joke? Please explain. Your Justice, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself. Badly, Your Honor. Let's review the facts. Castor made Mr. Wright take off all his personal belongings. Castor was very clear earlier about what happened to them. Stored away safely, wallet, keys, whatever else. Mr. Wright was still wearing one thing. One thing he hid from you. His locket. Yes, but there's one thing for sure. You didn't know that Mr. Wright had the locket. And yet somehow knew the locket contained a picture of Trucy. Okay, that's a good point. Ah, I think I understand. By knowing the contents of the locket, he must have known the locket existed. In that case, he would have had made Mr. Wright remove it. Strange it is indeed, Your Honor. Tell us then, Mr. Paulo Justice. How did he know of the locket's contents? There's only one way he could have known. If he had seen it before. You? When would he have seen the locket? Think of only one chance that Castor could have seen it. Called that by my theory, Mr. Wright was attacked upside down. Using the locket, he scratched out the Gemini constellation. He then fell unconscious, entering a comatose state, still gripping the locket. You stupid little. How did Castor see it, you ask, when he flipped them around? Someone had to turn the body up, right? Ah, so that means... Actually, Castor, there's no way out of this one. The only way you could have known what was inside the locket is by being the one who attacked Mr. Wright. That actually works. I'll give you that one. It actually works as a way, the whole no decisive evidence thing, and Castor's slip up being the thing that implicates him, that actually kind of works. This is your slander. Dances! Trucy, you told me at the locket, right? No, but you're both Gramiers. Lies, cheaters. That's all you are, cheating, conniving crooks. You told me. You must have. I knew about the locket. There's another trick, isn't it? Another Gramier trick. Gramier. Gramier. Okay. Why are you still standing? I didn't do it. I didn't. Seems he's bought into his own delusions. Paulo, son, how could you let them do this to you? Us abandoned you. Left you an orphanage to rot like little whelp. What happened to him was justice. Justice for the crimes of the Gramier clan. They used me, made me fall in love to steal my tricks, and then killed me. A daughter, Trucy, Eris, father's death is penance for her family's crimes. Justice, I must serve justice. I brought justice upon the Gramier clan. Shut up.
Objection!
Justice? You gotta be kidding me. You didn't serve justice, Castor. Far from it. Eh? Can't justify the actions of the Gramier clan more than anyone else. I'm sorry for what happened to you. Truly, I am. But this, Castor? Concocting an elaborate plan for vengeance? Framing Trucy? Doing all this just so that you could humiliate Thalassa? It's sick. You only proved yourself to be on their level, too, Castor. If you succeeded, which you haven't, justice wouldn't have been served. Justice, it isn't about revenge. It's not a weapon of vengeance. It's not meant to be cruel or spiteful. Justice allows us to protect those who can't protect themselves. Justice allows us to hold criminals accountable without causing undue pain and misery. That's why I became a lawyer. Yes, our system is broken in many ways, but that doesn't give us the right to abuse it. It's up to us to fix it. It's up to us to trust in justice. No, you got it all wrong. Yes, they... no, I'm not like them. Me, I'm a victim. Me. I'm not like them. No, son. You betrayed me. You just another Grambier. No, not fair. I was free. In theater, new life, I was free. Then she showed up. Why don't you understand? As I ruminated, thought of all the ways to bring justice, and that fate brought them to me. Not like them. Justice, you simply don't. You, my son, I'm not like them. You, my flesh and blood, but betray me for them. You betrayed me first, Porker. You won't get to come back and claim this shit after the fact, you asshole. Yes, Apollo Gremier's all you. No. God, just go away already. Okay, thank you. The rare, well-timed beat. And so you see, that is why I never mentioned the locket's contents. Well played. I'll give you that. There's one comment. I need to update on Patrick Castor's condition. He's babbling incoherently, Your Honor. However, he seems to have acknowledged that the details of the defense's theory are correct. It was correct that Castor's method of framing Trucy right. Despite the lack of evidence regarding this plan, these proceedings have been more than enough for me to convict him at his own trial. That's it then. It's over. It's finally over. Very well then. Before we end this trial formally, however, Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor? I've watched you go throughout your time as a fledgling lawyer. In fact, this trial has been going on for 2.5 years. Your time with Mr. Gavin's protege, your time with this right, Mr. Zeng. You performed admirably today. Be expected to be proud. You bluffed like a fucking dog. Thanks, Your Honor. It only further revealed to me the need to reform in our justice system. I am, by law, an impartial arbiter, but even I shudder when I see the system protect criminals. And yet I am confident. Confident, Your Honor? It's of you, Mr. Justice. You know, the legal system is in the hands of youths like you. And I know that you will never stop fighting to make sure its future is bright. Yes, Your Honor. Anyhow, enough of an old man's random rambling. It's certainly gone on long enough. Yeah, you're right. This court finds it. Trucy right, not guilty. We don't even get Trucy on the stand to get her verdict. There she is, but there we go. Court is adjourned. Oh, Miss Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I that your father has a speedy recovery. Thank you, Your Honor. Bottom of my heart. Oh, God. Done. Apollo! You freaking did it, Apollo! Yes, I did! Yes, I did! Woo-hoo! You freaking did it! Yeah! I'm in celebration! Sorry. We're just dealing with a technical malfunction from earlier. It's fine. Really did it, didn't we? Trucy's safe. Just glad he managed to catch the real culprit behind it all. My father, yeah, there's that to deal with. I know about this has been horrible for you, Apollo. Finding out that your father. It's okay, Athena. It's over now. I know, I just think about what would have happened if Castor got away with it, and I just... Yeah. He was so close, too. After After all, he knew exactly how to play the system. That final message and a few saves from Von Karma. Dolly, Dina, Jersey. Oh shoot, I'm starting to cry already. Don't cry, Paulo. Sorry, Trucy, it's just... I'm so glad you're okay. They would order you and Athena. And there, it was all so scary. No one should ever have to go through what Castor did to you, Trucy. That was just pure evil. He was so brave despite it all. But everything he said about the Gremiers... Maybe the Gremier miracle really is tainted. What? Trucy, after everything I learned today, I can definitely say that your family doesn't define you. Huh? The Gremiers did in the past doesn't define who you are, Trucy. It's like my own father can't define who I am. It's up to you to make sure that the Gremier miracle is used only to help people from now on. You're right, Polly. Won't let you down. You are my big brother, after all. It means I gotta work extra hard to live up to what you want from me. I'm already as proud as I can be, Trucy. And just so glad to have you as my sister. Polly. Love you, but big brother. Aww. Let it all out. I don't judge. Thanks, Trucy. Aw, love you too. Okay, that was cute. Speaking of family, I just hope that boss is gonna be okay. Yeah, me too. He's still comatose after all. Hi! Jane, what are you doing here? Trucy, hey. I'm so sorry. Never should have testified against you like I did and stuff. I should have turned to hated you like I did. Oh, Jane. Everything you did to help me find my lucky joker. Oh, yeah. And me testifying against you held onto your promise for so long. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That was absurd. I've always wondered what you had, Trucy. You're a successful and popular stage performer. I have any right to hate you just because you had what I didn't. Jane, why didn't you tell me? My next performance, you're gonna have a lead role. You'll be my co-star in bringing back the Gremier Miracles, a force for good. Not really? You mean it? Of course I do. Trucy, never not be amazed by your optimism and cheer. But everything Jane did to hurt you. Did she really do all that much? Okay, I feel like there was more to have in, I feel like there was... that just... Add one to another list. Add one to the list of themes and plot points that would have been so much more impactful if it had more time in the oven to rise and develop. Jane's whole plot point of testifying against Trucy and being angry and spiteful. That's just one of many things that needed more time in the oven to develop. You still find it in your heart to trust her. You're to be invited to the first Trucy and Jane performance. I expect front row seats. Thank you both so much. And Apollo, thank you for not, you know, and stuff. Actually means how I didn't keep trying to accuse her just to get Trucy off the hook. That's what I'm gonna go with anyway. Of course, Jane. Hi, Mom. Lessa. Apollo, you know I'm the last person you wish to see right now. No, you and Trucy deserve answers. Apollo, I never wish to abandon you. Still a part of Troop Gremier. Okay, we're having this discussion. Alright, this is a thing. Magnifi devised the plan for you to steal Patrick's tricks. Because that's a thing that happened. The year we were together, I began to fall in love with him. That is when you were conceived, Apollo. Mr. Troop Gremier, the troop found out they decided Patrick had to be dealt with. Dealt with. Begged him for hours to be considered, let him live. my pleas fell upon deaf ears. The interpretation that quite every night for months after they sent you to the orphanage, Apollo. I I don't like I don't like what they did to True Grimnir here. But it's not strong enough. Zach was the only one who was there for me after I lost you, Apollo. Like, isn't it canon that Magnifi valued his daughter above everything else and, like, literally held a grudge against Zack and Valant for injuring her in the quick draw trick? He held a grudge for years against them for injuring his daughter. In all this, in a trick gone wrong. I just find it hard to swallow that everyone was all on board to say, yes, kill to get more tricks. I I don't like that plot point. Like, my main problem with this case is that there's a lot of plot points that could have been really great and really, really great if they had more time to be developed. This is the one plot point that I legitimately I don't like. He tried to stop my father from even he could have stopped Magnifique Gramier. Guy sounds like a monster. It's that marriage that you were born, Trucy. Accident, however, I lost all my memories but the both of you. It wasn't until long after that I remembered. I planned to reveal the truth to both of you after the show. I no idea that Patrick was involved. Came to see you, Trucy, but then that reporter mentioned his name. He told me with a plan that Phoenix Wright would be one of your tricks. I realized Patrick was alive. I thought maybe he had forgotten. He clearly did not. To warn you, Apollo, during that recess. That's when Von Karma came in with a vengeance. It's all starting to make sense. Facing you in the trial today and being the truth after so long. Took every ounce of my strength to do it. I'm so sorry. Stand, you cannot find it in your heart to forgive me. Massa, I forgive you. Trucy, you're right, aren't you? There's no sense in hanging ourselves up in the past. The present is a far more pressing place. I forgive you too, Massa. Mom? Today in the trial you tried your best to protect Trucy. If it wasn't for you revealing that Castor was my father, I might have lost that truth forever. What happened with Castor all those years ago? It's up to you to strive to make up for it. Gamiers as they once were are no more. You're right, Apollo. Thank you. This is more than I deserve. How I did have one last question. Something which was never explained. The bracelet?
Take that!
My bracelet. You have one just like it, don't you? Yes. Allows you to fine-tune your ability to perceive numerous ticks. I have a bracelet of my own. It's able to meet your gaze, so you could not read my tell. That's why you cannot use your bracelet, okay? Try for my secrecy. I wish to protect Trucy. I see. Its power runs in our blood. And both yours and Trucy's. That's why we both have the same ability. Wait. In the trial, I couldn't perceive Castor's tell either. Ah. He made the... Really? Okay. What? No way. Yes. Honesty, it was part of the reason I felt... Truly cared all those years ago, Apollo. Not... Man I knew was long since gone. No kidding. Knew the function of the bracelet, you see. Once he had figured out you were his son, he knew to hide his tail from you. Damn, I can't believe that. Castor's the one who made my brains. That's... I guess there's no sense worrying about that anymore. It's a shock that you did it, Apollo. Judge was right. Boss would be so proud of you. Really would be, Apollo. Swap it down, you'd surpass him someday. I mean, fair. Thanks, guys. Just really hope he's gonna be okay. Me too, Trucy. By the way, he's okay. Hi, you're here too. Why not? It's on karma. You truly are a miracle worker, Apollo Justice. In more ways than one. What you talking about? Today, Apollo Justice, I sought to perform the perfect trial. Perfect evidence, logic, procedure. I believe that was the way justice was meant to be done. Yeah, you mentioned it once or twice. However, I began to lose my way. Allowed my own past to blind me, and I began to revert to my past ways. That's fair. That's good character arc that we did get to see develop. Fought with dirty tactics to try and convict the defendant. My dirty tactics being, there's no proof, there's no proof, there's no proof, and there's no proof. I do not see where the dirty tactics were. This is how I felt about her mother. Does it remind you of anyone, Apollo Justice? Castor. It was then I realized I was drawing a perfect case. That meant I could not abuse the justice system. In the end, you and I differ on our beliefs as lawyers. Together, this is how we found justice. I don't know what to say. No matter. I bring good news. What's this about? You worked a miracle, Apollo Justice. Phoenix Wright is awake. This is how I felt about her mother. That's a plot point that we're just not exploring. How I felt about her mother. There's untapped story potential there. That could make sense. Rushed over to Hickfield Clinic. Waited for hours to be. We had to wait for hours to see Mr. Wright. We were waiting for 10 minutes because it's 7 o'clock p.m. because this trial's been going on forever. He asked for his locket back. Funny that he should ask for the evidence back that saved Jersey. Provided, of course, but he still had to wait. It's on the edge of my seat. I think it was a testament to the number of lives Mr. Wright has touched. What defendants, friends, past rivals, all there because he touched their lives in some way. Finally, good morning. He's... Daddy! Oh! Oh, okay, that's sweet. Daddy, so glad you're okay. I know, Trucy. I know. I'm so sorry. I just wish I could have been there for you. It's okay, Daddy. Apollo saved me. Thought it was me who made this happen. And I thought... It's okay if you don't. Daddy's here. But Apollo and Athena never quit on me. Darkest moment when I felt like I was the one. They were there for me. They'd never leave me behind no matter what. We're so lucky to have them, Daddy. Only an agency, but it's our family too. And I guess now Apollo is your stepson, technically. Go figure. Great. Now I'm over here prowling like a baby. So glad you're okay, boss. Yeah, I'm still getting adjusted to the nearly cut-in-half life. And you believe there isn't a support group for cut-in-half victims? Oh, it's amazing, boss. Wish you could have been there to see him. Oh, the trial? I saw it. Yeah, why would he? Yeah, the nurses put on the recording for me overnight. Since they were insistent that I rest and all. You did well, Apollo. Francisca was much less whip-happy than I remember her. Your apprentice is much less of a fool than you are, Phoenix Wright. As chipper as ever, Francisca. It would not have been acceptable to lose you, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to defeat you head-to-head in court, after all. Yeah, maybe someday, Francisca. You have to get Edgeworth to assign you an easy case. Not that I won't stop a shot at turning it around. But it would have been better off if you had stayed disbarred for good. Huh. You knew you weren't getting rid of me that easy. I'd whip you if you weren't so terribly injured, Phoenix Wright. Wow, Mr. Wright really does have a lot of history with her, doesn't he? You give Edgeworth, though. Be proud of what you did at the end of the trial. So maybe you started to understand what drives him. His definition of justice. My little brother is a soft, weak fool of a prosecutor. Perhaps I did not wish to see a guilty man walk free on my account. Do not be deceived. I will not be as soft and weak and focused on the truth as... Eva von Karma. While I may be imperfect, I will prosecute perfect cases. Well, regardless. Thank you, Miss von Karma. Really mean it. I couldn't have done it without you. We owe you. Me, Athena, Mr. Wright? And Trucy, too. Guess it would be like her not to whip me last time. Oh, hi, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, wow, Thalassa took her shawl off. I'm glad you're alright, Phoenix. Sorry about all this, Thalassa. Well, that reveal wasn't exactly as easy as we were planning. You're as funny as ever, Phoenix. Just happy to have the light back in my life, in more ways than one. So, does this mean I get to have a mommy and a daddy now? Uh-oh. 5 minutes in and she's already trying to set them up. That sounds like a plan to me. Oh no. Need some time. Got a minor health thing to deal with first. But seriously, I'm so glad you're okay, Trucy. Only imagine how scared you must have been. And I couldn't be there. It's okay, Daddy. I had Apollo and Athena there for me the entire time. I knew what I was doing when I hired them both. I owe you two more than I could ever hope to give. How about a paycheck? Oh, boss. Well, on that note, would Apollo and I have the room, please? Oh, and once Apollo leaves, there's a certain old purple-robed medium and frilly prosecutor I'd like to see. What? Purple-robed medium? Let them know, Daddy. Thanks, sweetheart. Love you. What's this about? Oh. Maya? Edgeworth? Hey, Apollo? Yes, Mr. Wright? You did good yesterday. No jokes intended. I owe you more than I can ever hope to repay. Patrick Castor tricked me into getting the box upside down. Yes, naturally, and I realized he was going to suffocate me. I was scared, Apollo. I hadn't really thought about how terrifying it must have been. Just so occupied with everything else. At the same time, I wasn't. Wasn't scared? You know why I wasn't, don't you? Because... means what I realized earlier, doesn't it? Because you trusted in me, Mr. Wright, right? I knew you'd figure it out. Remember my last thought before I went under. Trucy's in good hands. I can't... How much water do you have in those eyes? Sorry, Mr. Wright. Anyway, I owe you some answers, Apollo. About what? About the way I treated you when we first met. You talking about the forged ace? The naughty magician's trick. When Trucy gave me the forged ace that we pinned Gavin with. This is coming out of nowhere. Alright. I punched Mr. Wright over that. I just couldn't bring myself to believe he had fallen so far. Even so, that was a long time ago. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm referring to. How's he do that? Apollo, I used you. You don't have to... No, I do. I used you, Apollo, after 7 years of chasing down Christoph Gavin. Trucy and I gave you a piece of forged evidence to pin him down. Jeez, don't remind me! So was your introduction into the legal world. Man who believed the law is absolute. One who bent the law in order to stop the other. You were your mentors, 2 evidence forgers locked in battle. Your definition of justice spawned out of the clash of our 2 ideals. I'm not proud of what I did, Apollo. I did the only thing I knew to do to beat Christoph Gavin. played his game by his rules. The only way I knew to do it was with an ace up my sleeve. That's right. Decisive evidence is all that matters. The point of the jury system was to fix that, but that got overturned. Without it, there would have been no way to take Christoph Gavin down in the end. Just like Christoph Gavin, Castor knew how to play the system. So we needed an ace. That's why you scratched that mark into the box, isn't it? You knew I needed something decisive to beat him. Figured you'd need it. Obviously, I had no idea who he really was, what his motivations might have been. Figured Trucy might get blamed, and you needed decisive evidence to save her. So... yeah, thankfully, Castor made sure not to leave behind any incriminating evidence. But why are you telling me about all this about Christoph now? I mean, it's been years. Tails, Apollo. You're different than me. What? You know you doubted Trucy, Apollo. No, don't apologize. I did that to you, Apollo. Tricking you into using the forged ace by using you in my battle against Christoph. I failed to teach you how to have faith in your clients to reach the truth. If it was Trucy, or Athena, Mr. Right. He's not wrong. I doubted Trucy's innocence just like I did with Athena's. But, sorry, Apollo. Not the man I once was. Mr. Right. Castor may be my father, but you're my daddy. You'll never be my dad. Apollo, really, it's okay. Hey, I learned a lot about forgiveness. There's no use living in the past. I forgive you, Mr. Right. Apollo. You're right, Mr. Right. I can't put the same faith in my clients that you can, in order to reach the truth. I'm going to trust the evidence and testimony, and use it to reach the truth no matter what. I'm a defense attorney so that I can protect people. But like you, I can't help but doubt those I'm trying to help, even if I trust them with my life. And you know what? That's okay, Mr. Right. Because I realized my definition of justice yesterday. Yeah? I'm going to be able to believe in my clients to find the truth. I know I can trust in justice to get me there. As I keep fighting to protect those in need, I trust that I'll find the justice they deserve. That is my definition of justice, Mr. Right. We never got an Apollo Justice game where he got an actually guilty client, like Phoenix did. That would be the logical progression of a definition of justice that Apollo is coming to here. If the justice system fails me like it did a few years ago, it's up to me to change it. Yes, it was wrong for you and Trucy to give me a forged card, but doing so was your only option. You're forced to do an injustice by a broken system. A guilty man paid the system to its max. Because right now the justice system isn't just. This theme is getting front-loaded and severely back-loaded. I've seen too many guilty people nearly evade justice, and too many innocent ones nearly defend it. Denied it. The system is broken. Easy to twist. Sometimes the system stands in the way. So how do we find justice in an inherently unjust system? I think I've realized something. Recently, everyone's been talking about their own definitions of justice. Yours, mine, Athena's, Von Karmist, Fell's, Judge. Justice is different for each of us. Justice is what we make of it. Lawyers, prosecutors, defenses, detectives, judges. Each of us sees justice in a different way. Of course, there's unjust definitions of justice. Castor being a prime example. Some of us see justice as a way of finding the truth. It's those ways of defining justice that I think we can bring together to build a better system. It's up to us to fight to make the justice system work for everyone. When something's broken, we fight like hell to make it right. It's up to us to create a system that punishes the guilty and defends the innocent. That's what I plan to trust in. Justice, bringing justice. Get another drink. Those who deserve it, no matter what. Maybe if I'm trying to change the system to do it. Proud, Apollo. I'm so unbelievably proud of you. During the trial, you discovered what being a defense attorney means to you. I don't have anything more that I can teach you. You discovered your own path, and it's up to you to walk it. Just know this. When you're out there fighting to make our legal system right, we're right there, fighting alongside you. Here's Apollo Justice. I'm a defense attorney. Today I discovered how to find justice. Trust in justice. It's a pretty cool creed, don't you think? It's pretty flashy, I'll give you that. Well, anyway, I've learned something else important today, too. The legal system is filled with flaws and contradictions, that's true. It's up to those of us who believe in justice to make it right. It's only by fighting for our own definitions of justice. Oh, that's so corny. Bright age of the law. One might say it's a platitude that after the dark comes the dawn, you can't realize what that really means. Because when we face our darkest moments, when all seems ruined beyond repair, that's when the light comes. It's out of that darkness that comes hope. And hope? Well, that's a really cute piece of art. Hope is why an attorney never quits. Anyway, I gotta get going. There's a legal system to fix, and I better get started now. Look out, world. Here comes justice! Yeah, here we go. Alright. Oh my god. We made it. We made it. Things have been going pretty well since Drussy's trial. Apollo's been crazy busy dealing with his plan to fix the legal system. Alright, leaving Athena Sykes to keep things running smoothly at the office. I'll be honest, I've still got a lot to learn. Need a mugshot? Any sprites? With the trial of Patrick Castor completed, my work in this United States is done. There's much important Interpol business to attend to, yes. Besides, I have this perfect justice mantra to refine. Fair, I like it. That's a nice end goal for Franny's character in this case. There's a lot of nice endpoints for, There's a lot of nice endpoints where we got to here. If the legal is going to change, it must be us who act as catalysts. That is why I will make sure to work every day to do the best I can to do as a detective. That is the only way I can live up to the definition of justice that he believes in. A more personal note. Mother remembered my name for the first time yesterday. There is hope. That's a nice endpoint for your character, too. I like that. You deserve more time in the oven to develop that. I haven't been out of the picture for the past few weeks. Apparently, recovering from nearly being cut in half is a bit harder than I expected. Who would have thunk it? Thankfully, I've had plenty of friends and family to keep me company. I'm always able to call Apollo and talk with him about our plans for the legal system. He's a smart kid, proud of the work he's doing. Although, I'll admit, sometimes I'll call him over here when I just want some pudding. Cheeky, until it's urgent, of course. Jay and I are busy putting together our first joint show. That's cute. That's cute that it came out of it as friends. It's hard work, but we have some really cool ideas. And it's pretty nice to be friends after, you know, and stuff. Yeah. Paula's right, though. Gramir name needs to be rebuilt. That's why all the proceeds of our first show are going to charity. Bright Age of the Law. Bright Age of the Law legal competition. Bright Age of the Law competition. Okay. So that's why you threw in that tagline at the end. I've been enjoying my new life as Thalassa Gramier. Drusy and Apollo are the two greatest treasures I could have ever hoped for. They're both out there making the world a better place. I'm very proud of them both. I visited Castor in prison a few days ago to apologize for everything that happened. He was in no mood to listen, but to finally apologize. Well, that's part of what Apollo means when he talks about justice, no? If both of us. And utmost gratitude to all of you. Patience in waiting for the release of Part 2 is supportive. Hope you enjoyed playing a turnabout called Justice. Thanks for playing. Oh, okay. Dramatic ending music. The end. We made it. We made it, gang. We made it. I got very worked up towards the end. I apologize for that. That was like the uncalled for, but I did feel like right at the moment when we actually got something that changed the facts of the case a little bit, it just continued to be... I feel like... There were beats in the ending that I liked how they turned out. The first investigation day, and some bits of the opening of the trial, I liked. Bits between that were, at least felt to me like they were drawn out in all the wrong places and missed points. I've said a few points in this that if this was made for a competition and the whole one investigation, one trial was part of it, I get it. But tell me that this trial was not overly drawn out, overly padded, skipped over a few plot points, pulled far too much out of nowhere just to advance the plot. Like, it's very clear you had points signposted along the way that you wanted to hit to get to the end goal of building Castor's perfect case, and then using the locket and the message to implicate Castor. That end goal worked. The journey to get there was perilous at times. I'm trying to be reasonable in critique, and I hope I'm not getting overblown here, because I like the premise and a lot of what you're setting up there, and I really want to like this as a whole, but there's just a lot that needed more time in the oven. A lot that really could have been enhanced by having more time in the oven. Well, there's a lot. We have just Detective Bell and his definition of justice. The work that Nick was doing with Edgeworth. Behind the scenes. In the name of reforming the justice system and the meaning of justice. He's the one who started the whole definition of justice thing. Bell expanded the whole definition of justice thing. There's so much of those themes that were started in the investigation. We went through a maelstrom of hell of the trial and then were resolved. Just dumped on us in the ending. And resolved. which could have been served to have been developed more. Francisca's conflict and such. If we like stick with the way that I felt would have worked, which was to break the trial after the reveal from Thalassa that Apollo and Trucy were her kids, then the trial just ends because it gets too chaotic. They have to reconvene tomorrow for it. Then you have Thalassa try and warn whatever she was planning on warning them about related to Castor. Francisca drags her away for aggressive questioning. You'd at least have some moments to talk to them both after the fact. Like, that's another point that deserved more elaboration that we didn't get, because Francisca's attitude towards Thalassa, she addresses that later on, and we get what I feel like is a meaningful resolution to that. She went back to her old ways. You say she used dirty tactics, but there's no actual evidence of that. She was being perfectly reasonable the whole time. The only thing dirty that deserved explanation was the way she was acting towards Thalassa. That deserved elaboration, and that's not exactly a thing that would come up in the middle of a trial. That's a thing you'd question her about and discuss outside of a trial at a second investigation day. That would have been perfect for that. And she deserved that chance. Even if they didn't come to any resolution, just an explanation would have been nice. They discuss. She's not going to change her attitude, then she comes into court the second day. Works her way through it. Realizes that she's acting like Castor is. The assumption here being that Mama von Karma abandoned the family, leaving them to be raised by Manfred. Is that the headcanon we're working with here? If so, give her a chance to explain it. That would be nice. That would be interesting. I would have bought into that. Hell yeah. Detective Bell. I still think we could have benefited from at least entering the whole fire extinguisher and curtains thing into evidence in the second day. Instead of just pulling it out of nowhere. I still feel like it would have been it would complicate things somewhat to just add it into what's there now. But I still think it would have been a nice addition to have something catch on fire that need to be put out. That would introduce the fire extinguisher and the curtains in some way. And give us a reason to test for chemicals. Have that be an odd detail that Detective Bell discovers about the box later on. Have the trial go in a different direction from the fire. As we start seeing Castor's true nature on the stand. And that could be something that we reference again later on and resolve, because hey, Detective Bell brought up this plot point about there being odd chemicals inside the box. The examination report that has been updated has this oddity of Mr. Wright suffocating, so connect the dots. Hey, something happened to him during this point. Can you have the plot point of objection? I deployed the fire extinguisher to put out the fire. No, you didn't. could say, yes, we found fire extinguisher chemicals on the curtains, but there's also... curtains are singed. Because we used it to smother the fire instead of using the fire extinguisher for it. But it makes for a nice cover. When you use the fire extinguisher to try and suffocate Mr. Right in the box. Which, by the way, the whole pinprick thing we just danced over and didn't actually examine in the course of this conversation, but that's... I don't like that. Like, you think that fire extinguishers just spew gas? Maybe it's a sort of fire extinguisher that I'm not familiar with. Might be. It might be. If not, if so, then feel free to correct me. But pinpricks? No. I don't see how that would have been anywhere sort of significant. Like, pinpricks and spew gas in there? No. Like, yeah, sure, cover up the hole that his feet are sticking out of, and then shove the fire extinguisher nozzle in there and spray the fire extinguishing chemicals. That would really fuck him up. That would seriously fuck him up if he did that. But that old pinprick thing is just weird. No. Don't. There's so much to cover here. There's definition of justice. Definition of justice. There's more to go through here. There's a... Fuck. I'm gonna have Apollo and Athena discuss the fact that he was actually doubting Trucy briefly. That could have been brought up more. Did Athena even know the story of the ace and whatnot? Interesting would have been to bring that up before now. Bring that up before now as a reason why he might have doubted her. Imagine how that would shake Athena and whatnot. That's a side of the boss that Athena would have never have known, but Apollo did know, and that would explain so much about Apollo's behavior in Athena's trial, too. I think that would have been an interesting discussion for them to have. Just to bridge the gap between the opening and the whole Phoenix out of the blue, bringing that up and resolving that at the end. That would have been neat to have. Just there's still the untapped plot point of the whole Jane's whole testimony feeling... I guess what we're meant to take away from that is that the whole plot point of Jane being angry with Trucy and then just is legitimately just jealousy. Despite them, I guess they were friends. And Jane just decided to testify against Trucy and be angry and jealous for reasons. Despite the fact that Trucy helped her in the end there. I will say that I was expecting some kind of plot point of Castor influencing Jane to testify against Trucy. And based on what they built up with Trucy, after the fact, like, that would have fit in with everything else if Castor had been influencing Jane to testify against Trucy. That would have worked with the plot that you gave us. And the truth is that Jane secretly does like Trucy and does want to be friends with her. Sure, that's believable. She's 18. She's a teenager. She just wants to be superstar. Wants to be friends. Why not? Wouldn't want just good friend? Why not? Just, Jane's character deserved more. Deserved to appear in early on, and she would have also benefited from an extra trial day. An extra day, yeah. So much more that could be fleshed out here. I don't want to talk about the Gramier plot point, because that's just... I don't want to be the guy who says, canon. I don't... Maybe I've made my thoughts clear on that whole plot well enough up to this point. I don't like how that plotline goes, how it treated Thalassa. That's just felt off. I don't like it. I get it. I get what you're trying to do. I get that it's the motivation for your villain. I don't know, it just feels so... I get that there's a side of the Gramiers that we've never actually delved deep into. I don't like it. In a way that I can't really offer a counterpoint as to what to do instead. Like, maybe the only point about it that made sense was, I guess the only way that might have worked is if she was planning to leave the trope to be married and raise a kid. And Magnifi said no, and decided to cover it up and make it stay. Maybe, which is essentially what happened, minus the whole jarring plot points. The whole jarring Trick Thunder and his tricks and shit. I don't know. That whole thing just rubbed me the wrong way. How that was handled. Everything with everything with... This felt real weird, everyone just kind of shitting on Thalassa when... What did she do wrong? I mean, it never... The way this played out, we never really addressed the fact that, in this instance, she was a victim, and that still had to apologize. She was, beyond a doubt, a victim, and had to apologize. If we believe everything that went around here about the Gramiers, she was a victim of... You want us to believe that she was a victim of her father's megalomania? Ghibli fell in love with Patrick. And her father plotted to have him killed for reasons. To steal his intellectual property, I guess. And also forced her to give up Apollo to an orphanage. Because, okay. She was a victim of a powerful and ostensibly abusive man. And she was made to... she was embarrassed, shamed, and made to apologize. I don't... that just... I guess that's the part that rubbed me the wrong way the most about the whole Gremier plotline. It's okay, it can work, but... I guess drilling down into my feelings on the matter, that's the part that rubbed me the wrong... rubbed me in the worst way about it. It could work, but we've never once acknowledged what was done to her and all this. She explained it, but it still ends with, I forgive you for abandoning me, because you are absolutely the one who abandoned me. And maybe that wasn't the intention, but that's just... if we're to believe that that's how this truly played out, the Gremier clan, and that they're just, we will kill and absorb the intellectual property of everyone else who has cool tricks and shit. Then okay, sure, that... alright. Fine. But... we're not gonna even acknowledge it? Again, then Francisca being so angry and aggressive towards her was like the result of her own family issues. Her own family issues, or issues that are likely headcanoned, but were never told to us, so we are left to assume. It would have been nice to have been told that. Very good. Alright, these last two parts have been recorded in one continuous take, which is probably part of why I was getting so obsessively salty near the end. Weird how in the course of recording this case, I, like, completely turned around on Von Karma. Like, okay, I was on her side through parts of this. It's weird, because I didn't agree with how she was acting towards Alassa. I sided with her. But comments explain it as, okay, yeah. She likely has good family reasons to feel that way with her upbringing, but sure. Makes sense. Tell us, game. Tell us, explain it to us. Give us that context. She deserved that chance. And she made it to a fitting resolution in the end, but we just missed that middle ground context, which would have been nice to have to really make the journey feel whole. It's... the ending works, the beginning works, the middle is a... there are parts of it that feel clearly defined, and there are parts of it that feel like we're just kinda... we're gonna throw whatever we need to at the wall to get to the next clearly defined plot point that we want to hit on the journey to the nailing Castor to the wall. And it's... like, we're not hitting Turnabout of Courage levels here. Because I want to like it. I really want to like it. He had really good ideas here. And it just... after a certain point, I just... I get so worked up because I want to like it. I want to... Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not reading it right. There's always that chance, but I guess I want to follow the plot threads that you're giving me, but the journey there frustrated me at points. And I'm very hung up on what could have been. And it... I don't know if I'll ever come back to this, but it would be nice to... It would be nice to remaster this. And give it that time in the oven to flesh it out, because with proper additional context and tweaks to pacing, this could legitimately be one of my favorite cases I've ever played, but it lost that pacing, so I'm just left... I like what was set up the first day. I do like how a lot of things got resolved in the end. But I'm just left frustrated and a little disappointed about what could have been along the way. This recording has been going on for 2 hours and 37 minutes now, and it's time for me to sign off for now. I am so tired. This has been a ride. Oh, hello, walkthrough. Yep, I was totally using a walkthrough in parts there. Secret revealed. No use hiding it now. On that note, brand reveal, I cheated. I cheated both myself and the game. I'm a big cheater pants. That's the big reveal at the end of all this journey, that I cheated. All along I cheated. Do you forgive me? This has been a journey of forgiveness after all, right? So, do you forgive me in the end? No? Understandable. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.